You pretty much become what you believe. You know, if I spend 90% of my day just producing music and I do that for a year straight, regardless of if I have a side job or not, if I'm spending most of my time making music, the universe comes in and puts a spotlight on me. This is all you do, this is kind of your calling. You gotta really trust the universe and trust yourself, and eventually you will become the thing that you think of the most, right? Good. Check out Roots.
Hi, welcome.
So shout out to Rejuice.
Probably our best one.
Turmeric looks good too.
Yeah, the hot turmeric tonic is really good.
We're about to try the turmeric 3 round. You guys want some?
You're posting, it's Rejuice Nutrition.
Got it, Rejuice Nutrition. Just the idea that this is only a few hours away from New York, yet so different. This is a brand in Korea. I'm from New York, so there's a store in Brooklyn that opened that carries this jacket.
Another.
Yeah.
The jacket's fly.
Thanks, man. Yeah, it's cool. The yellow, the pants though. What do you wear this with? Like a plain white t-shirt? It's crazy. It's my first time in Montreal. And I think since I've been here, I've had the most dairy I've ever had in my life. This is past the aux. Well, this is BLAP Sessions now, because Meek Mill took the name. Love that you are constantly reaching out to people. I think that's stuff that you're doing is really everything, you know, that we all should be doing. You know, online, I mean, like I said, if you never had started networking, maybe you two would have never met and you would never be in this room. You know, I call it like being in the gym, punching the bag. You're just working out right now. Now it's just, you're in the phase of just wash, rinse, repeat. Just keep going, keep doing exactly what you're doing, keep opening those doors, and the longer you do it, the more it's just gonna start to snowball. Maybe like what we talked about earlier, if you're interested in selling beats online, maybe just start putting some energy into that every day, every week. Like, you know what, let me try the beat store, start generating a little bit more income, or let me, you know, do research on that and start to expand. By the way, if you're selling beats online, I would avoid selling exclusively. It's a waste, because if you sell one beat for $500, you can't lease it anymore. Unless you're selling exclusively for like 10 racks. If you lease for 50, you can do it over and over and over and over. Unless you're selling for like $1,000 or $1,500. But if anything under 1,000, I wouldn't worry. I know it sounds weird, but like all these little things that we constantly worry about are a fucking waste of time. Like, don't even worry about that. Like, just prioritize the music. Like all the business stuff and the money that's gonna come. Right now, there's no money. Just don't worry about anything. Just make music, put it out. Make music, put it out. Trust me, everything will start to make sense after that. Because the more you worry and nitpick about the little things, 2 years are gonna go by and you're gonna be like, oh shit. So just try to switch your mindset up and say, you know what? I'm gonna let that go and just make the music, relax a little bit, put the music out and just allow for things to happen. The best thing any producer could do is find an artist. The best thing an artist can do is find a producer. That's all that matters. And you see it, Drake, 40, Future, Mike Will, Timbaland, Missy, Dre, Snoop, Dre, 50, Dre, Eminem. Like, the list goes on. Just connect. Fuck with your shit, man. You just need a producer. Hell yeah, Timbo, Neptunes. Remember when they were like, yo, my style is like, I'm a combination of Timbo with the Neptunes mixed with Primo with a little Dilla swing.
Like, how long did it really take you to like, really like, okay, this is Illmind sound?
Got you.
Did you stick with it?
So for me, and I think this coincides with your question, I think the best thing that I ever did in my career was not get stuck with one sound. It wasn't the fact that like I didn't want to do that sound anymore. It was just, wow, this sound is amazing, but I also love this sound, so let me try to make that. And in doing that for so long, I was able to make so many different types of things that I gained the skill set enough to be confident enough to make that genre. No, I didn't care if it did. Of course I did, but where are they? You know, I got flack for everything. I got flack for, oh, Illmind doesn't do boom bap anymore, or Illmind does trap music now, or oh, Illmind's trying to fuse both, or oh, Illmind's doing pop. Or remember when no one put drum kits out? You were corny for doing it?
Right.
I put a drum kit out in 2011. Illmind's corny for doing drum kits. Oh, Illmind's doing a podcast. He's trying to be, he's washed. For me, it was always, fuck what people think, let me do what's fun, and trust my instinct, and it goes a long way. That's it, have a seat. No. Life is really just like a series of micro scenarios, like micro moments throughout the day is really what life is, right? And so the sum total of those little micro moments throughout the day equal, you know, your life. And so you want to try to spend your time as wisely as possible doing the things you love. Let's go. What's that? What's a ClickFunnels? Raise your hand if you heard of ClickFunnels. Okay, so pretty good amount of you guys have heard of it, so I'll give you a short version. So a method of selling a product. There's producers that are incorporating the ClickFunnels technique to sell beats, and also drum kits too. So it's essentially the idea of collecting an email list or a list of phone numbers. And the whole idea is to acquire an email address in exchange for a product. And a lot of times the product will either be free or very cheap. So let's say you go to your website, right? And usually a lot of people, when they have a website, you click on the website, you see bio, beats, discography, beat store, podcast, all the drum kits, like all these buttons. And the psychology of purchasing online is when people see a page like that, when there's too many options, they get turned off and they end up leaving. The whole idea is to direct people to a funnel page where you literally give people two choices. You're either gonna give me your email or you're not. So you literally give them one choice, instant download, 5 beats free. Who can say no to that? Now you're collecting email addresses from people that downloaded your beats. And now you start to know, okay, these people that are downloading my beats are probably rappers. So then you can start to build this email list of rappers who are interested in beats. And then after a while, let's say you have 100 people who you're building trust with, you say, hey, what's up guys? I gotta be here, $50 lease. So then let's say you have a 50% retention rate on your email. At least 50% of your email list is gonna buy your product. So imagine an email list of 1,000 people with a 50% retention rate. And then you can go crazy. 10,000 people, 50% retention rate, 5,000 people. You can give them something for $1 and they'll buy. That's another 5K or $10. So it's very powerful if you implement it the right way.